All right, good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning. Let me close this. All right, we're on. What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Happy Thursday, everyone. Good morning, good morning. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Let me just turn this down a little bit. Awesome. Welcome back, everyone. Audio and video good. Awesome. Thank you, man. Welcome back, everyone. Happy Thursday, guys. Happy Thursday, everyone. Gold with the big sell-off yesterday. Big market moves. How come you don't go live on your channel anymore? I'll get back to it next week, man. I've just been super busy this week because I'm heading to Europe on Monday. But we'll be back. We'll be back towards middle of next week, and I'll have a consistent schedule on my channel, man. Yep, we'll still do pre-London as well. So yeah, we'll try and do both. But yeah, welcome back, everyone. If anyone is new here, you guys on YouTube, my name is Aaron, also known as Aaron Trades. I've been trading for the past 7 years, mainly focusing on gold futures here in the European session. We'll be live here with you guys for the next hour and a half. See if gold gives us any opportunities. Price action is looking much nicer than yesterday. So I'll be trading the funded accounts here today. We'll see if we get some moves. We had a lot of news come out yesterday. We do have some PCE price index today, and we do have some NFP tomorrow as well. So we have been we've been in for a pretty big week this week. So we'll see what we get. See what we get here today. Asia having a decent push up. NQ had a huge move yesterday as well. So we got lots to cover. Norway here, nice. Sky looks cool too. Yeah, it is cool. Oh, it does look cool actually. Can you see how cool it looks here? It does look cool. That's cool. Give me 2 seconds. Yeah, welcome back, guys. Welcome back. Gold having a decent squeeze up here. Let me just get my currency chart up here. Yes, gold just has squeezed the liquidity level. Let me just double check. Let me just have a quick look. I think I believe gold's just come up and tagged the highs. I believe. Let me just zoom in. I believe we did very close. Very close. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Hope everyone's having a good week so far. We've got lots of crazy moves. Lots of copper. Let's have a look. Oh wow. Look at this. What did I miss? Wow. That's insane. Look at that. If you want to house sit while you're traveling. I got you, Mark. I got you. Yeah, wow. That's incredible. Right before. Look at this monthly on copper. Wow. That's huge. Yeah, insane. Wow. That's crazy. Yeah, you just missed the highs on gold. Yeah, you haven't grabbed the highs just yet. I think gold might squeeze a little bit more. Yeah, good. This is a huge sell-off. Wow, look at that. Probably one of the biggest sell-offs I think I've ever seen on copper. That is insane. From high down into where we are today, down 25%. 25%. That is crazy. Look at this. We came up, bounced off 550, hit these highs, failed to close above. Huge rip lower. Huge rip lower. So, yeah, we'll break down all markets here, guys. We'll have a look at gold, NQ. We'll do some full, I mean, I wouldn't be touching copper. That's a crazy sell-off. We'll have a look at oil. We'll have a look at some currencies. Now, we do have core PCE price index today And then we have NFP tomorrow. So not as much going on today as yesterday. Core PC price index at 1:30 London time. And then we have NFP tomorrow at 1:30 London time as well, pre-New York. So still some big moves. Let me just I'm just gonna grab a tissue, guys. Give me 2 seconds. It'll be 2 seconds. All right, we're back. Sorry, guys. So yeah, let's have a look at Goldie, because we had a very big sell-off on gold yesterday. Let me just move this here. We had a huge continued sell-off yesterday on gold. Broke back below 33.50, and you've instantly found support here as well. Look at this, big support, massive support. Already getting bought back up on gold. Remember, guys, it's not very often, we look at the monthly candle, but for pretty much all of us, today is the last trading day of July. So it's important to just have a quick look at the monthly and just see how it's looking. And this month on gold has gone from looking, very bullish to all of a sudden still for the, 4th month, failed to close above 3,400. And depending on how this monthly closes, gold could be seeing some decent pullbacks towards the end of the year, which I think would be Oh yeah, nice one, Coach Hoop. Thank you. I had to start a new Slack to access the channel, so I'll drop you a message on the new one, but I think I can still access the old one. So yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, I'd love to check it out. Absolutely. So yeah, this monthly on gold is looking like, we could be in some potential decent downside, maybe towards the winter months. Once we get out of August, maybe towards the end of the year, we could see some more bearish months. Now, right now, in terms of what we're seeing here on gold, we had a Coach never sleeps, always tuning in, always showing the love, tuning into all the streams. It's amazing. Yeah, I agree, Matt. Yeah, potential buys here on gold. So gold yesterday ended up having a very big sell-off. You dropped down over 700 ticks. And then this morning, throughout the Asian session, we've been bought right back up 300 ticks, which is huge. Finding massive support here already. I was maybe trying to see if you could short Asia to come down and grab the lows, but you just opened and just pushed up. So you're finding very big support here on gold. Let me get rid of this. Where did we tap into? Tapped into this support from back in towards the end of June. Had a very nice bounce here. But with where gold is right now, we're back at our daily resistance of 33.50. So we've broken below this. We've held it as resistance. So let's see if we can potentially find some resistance here and have a bit of a pullback in London. I do think gold has the potential to have a little bit of a retracement higher. But in terms of trading, what we see right now, this is a very strong area where it wouldn't really be too surprising to see gold try and find some resistance from here. I know the currency is leaving a double top, but you can see a lot of double tops being respected on gold before, NFP, and then NFP completely grabs it. So I would love to see it grab the highs before shorting. But my overall bias, probably for the London session, is for price to pull back off of here before then maybe in New York you get bought back up and have a bit of a squeeze higher. But in terms of what we're seeing right now, yeah, this is a pretty decent level of resistance. Anyone who's watching the currency chart is already at these highs here. So if the currency chart grabs the highs and the futures doesn't need to, then it can have a bit of a sell-off. But the futures chart, currency chart didn't actually tag it. Let me just have a look at a different provider just in case. Not on that one. So yeah, it hasn't really tagged the highs just yet. Either way though, if we don't tag the highs, there is still a potential pullback here on gold. I just use the Amanda one, yep. So starting to find some resistance, even a pullback on gold here in the London session, just to come back down and maybe, retest these levels. What would that be from where we're at? That's a potential 80 tick pullback. That's still a decent trade here in the London session. 30-minute time frame here on gold. We got London open in about 13 minutes here, guys. So depending on how we react around here, if we close back below 33.50, there's the potential to short gold for a bit of a pullback before then, you get bought back up and come and grab the highs later on. It makes a lot of sense to be looking for shorts around these areas as opposed to the longs. I think the longs have already had a very, very nice move in Asia. Like I say, in Asia today, gold's already up. I mean, Asia to pre-London, 300 ticks. So a bit of a range and a bit of a pullback here would be nice. So I like the idea of looking to see if we can short this here on gold. Just for a bit of a pullback before I do believe you're still going to come up and squeeze these highs. Pull back to 32.90. Yeah, I like that, man. Yep, 32.90 in the currency. That's back down at, these lows down here. Nice breakout here today. Look at this nice 15-minute morning star here. Yeah, maybe come back down and test this support level one more time. We just had a pretty strong wick to the highs, close bearish. So if we do start closing back below, down into here, it's a 90-tick move. That's a very decent move. I probably wouldn't hold that far here in the London session. But that's the potential for a nice pullback. Morning, Aaron. Good morning, man. Would you be looking for gold to sweep FOMC candle high before looking for the shorts? Yes, the currency chart is almost there. Would I look for it to be grabbed before the shorts? Not necessarily. If I get reason to short it, because you might leave this liquidity, you could maybe pull back down to here before then coming like this. And I wouldn't really want to miss out on this potential 100-tick pullback before then it maybe gets grabbed later towards, news or the New York session. So ideally, if we can grab these highs, fantastic. It would give you more confidence to short. If we don't grab the highs and we just pull back from here, I still think it could be enough for a short, but I'd want to see price actually break out first. You did just come very, very close to the highs on the currency. Didn't quite grab it, but you did just wig out some highs and hold resistance. So I would be open to shorts from here. And then I'd worry about buying into the double top later on. But if I'm going to be shorting from here, trading against that double top, I'd probably want to see a bit of a breakout first and see how this London candle is going to close. Inverse head and shoulders. Yep, definitely. I like that. I can see that. Absolutely, I can see the head and shoulders. Nice. You've kind of got sort of left shoulder here. Here's your head. Come back down for that right shoulder before then, maybe seeing something like that. Yeah, I like that. I like that. So we'll see what London Open gives us, guys. We've got 10 minutes till the London Open here. I'm not going to short before the London Open with this high that, I don't think we're just going to drop out of nowhere. So we will see what we get for the London Open. Let's have a quick look at NQ. I know you had a big push yesterday. Massive push. Look at these. All these markets were pretty much ranging for the whole week, all waiting for GDP and FOMC as well. Look at this huge sell-off initially on NQ, and just got bought right back up and had a amazing run higher. Some of my stock plays had some amazing pushes yesterday of some still smaller positions that I'm still holding. And look at this for a push. Drop down. Look at this. Huge. And then rip back up. Topstep X have... No, Topstep doesn't have the currency chart. Topstep's futures. Currency chart, just look at this on TradingView. The currency, XAU USD, that's just the currency chart. Yeah, there you go, man. Yep. That high hit the second deviation and support. Oh, nice. Let's have a look, man. Let's have a look. Yeah, nice. Yeah, cool. I like that. So, NQ Could get pretty tough. I wouldn't really want to be trading NQ today personally. This is a huge run. Gold's starting to break down already, which is nice, guys. I want to see this. I want to see this London Open though. I don't want to just chase it from here. Like I said, I don't want to short the double top, but I will short it if we actually break out. So if we see this hourly here on gold failing to close above these highs, potential top wick and a short on the next hour for a bit of a pullback here. Let me have a look at the 4 hour of the currency. There's my 4 hour chart. So 4 hour here on the currency, yeah, kind of holding back below this 3,300 level. Looking like you could see a little bit of a pullback. And you could get, yeah, pullback into, yeah, 290 does look pretty nice. So there's the potential for some shorts here on gold. Well, the 4 hour on GC and futures are pretty much, currency are pretty much the same. So yeah, let's see this London Open candle here. This is looking to be a nice rejection. Yeah, NQ not, yeah, NQ had a, I don't know if, did anyone trade this yesterday? Anyone watching it? Yeah, did anyone trade this yesterday? This is a, I would assume not. This is a pretty insane run. We had some nice shorts on NQ in London. Then you came up, tagged the highs here, FOMC, huge sell-off, grabbed the lows, massive fake out confirmation. Look at this, broke below the support, grabbed the lows, broke right back above. Huge buys at 9 AM. I don't know if you would have been trading that late, but that was a huge buy. A few scalps, nice. Yeah, didn't trade NQ. Yeah, very smart move to be honest. I didn't take any funded trades yesterday at all. Yeah, impossible. Yep, absolutely. The nice thing is, no, it's not your job to try and predict moves like this. You know, we're trying to do what consistently works. Yeah, just trading for you. Stayed up till 1 AM watching it. Nice. Woke up this morning and saw the move. Yeah, crazy move. Right at that FOMC as well. Huge sell-off, got bought right back up. Exactly, yeah. That thing was right before the close. So you wouldn't have even been trading that late. Currency charts on TradingView, gold on TopstepX. Had a nice short on the Euro pre-New York yesterday. Nice. We can have a look at the Euro as well. Gold looking to shape up for a potential evening star play here. Potential evening star play on gold. Second last stream here in Australia, guys, which is crazy. Last day of the month, second last stream of being here in Australia. Crazy. Thoughts on trading to hourly liquidity level right when price is nearing it? Yes, yeah, true. Stream on the plane, yeah. Yeah, send it, yeah, same thing, man. Yep. Yeah, it was stream on the plane for sure. Absolutely. Full margin on the plane. Go pay for the ticket somehow. Thoughts on trading to hourly liquidity right when price is nearing it? It comes down to risk to reward. On the currency chart right now, would I buy the current hourly into the double top? No, it's too close. Just because you think highs are going to get grabbed. You know, trading, if I'm going to trade it into liquidity, I still want to be doing it at a logical area. You wouldn't be buying this current hour to come and squeeze these highs. It's already had a huge push here. That's one thing about trading into the liquidity levels. You still want to be doing it at good areas. So if I'm going to buy up into this liquidity up here, the most logical place for me to do this would be back down here, or maybe when you come down and grab some hourly lows. But would I buy it from here to here? No, there's no risk to reward. Your upside and downside risk are huge. I've seen that, Coach Hub. Yeah, crazy. I have some holdings of Meta as well, and it was insane. I think you closed. I checked it this morning. I saw Meta closed. Where are we? I think it was back up at like over like 740. Maybe I can't remember exactly where it was. But it was a huge push. I wish I held more though. Yeah, I still have some. I don't have anything, any holdings in Microsoft, but I do in Meta and Google. And it was, huge. So you've got 4 minutes till London Open here, guys. Outlook on silver. Let's have a look, man. We got time. We got time. Let's have a look at silver. Remember, guys, quick look at the monthly candle, just because we are coming into the final trading day of the month. Monthly candle on silver, still holding some big resistance. We had a pretty decent run this month, though. We came up to highs of like 49. Did we hit 40? Couldn't quite hit 40, but very, very, very close. And it'll be interesting here on silver to see if you fail to close a month above last month's high. If you fail to close above last month's high, you know, you never know. You might see a bit of a, you could see a bit of a pullback on silver. Weekly time frame. Look at this. Came up, grabbed highs, held resistance, continued to squeeze lower, but we are coming in some nice support. So potential support to be found from here. You know, anyone who's maybe selling this move off here in silver, taking some profits down at these levels. Potential for some buyers to step in around this 37. So shorts are very nice, but the shorts have already happened. Again, massive sell-off yesterday off the back of FOMC. So could you pull back some of this move? I mean, yeah, maybe, but it's kind of the same as gold. Like, it's not really my job to trade against this. Although I do believe there's potential to retrace some of this FOMC move. Is it my desire to want to trade against that? Not really. But I do believe 37 is a pretty decent level to find some support. For an intraday trade, you may up and come and tag these pre-London highs around 37.3. Be drinking water every stream. Gotta stay hydrated, man. We gotta stay hydrated. So the sad thing is I'm drinking it out of my soda stream bottle, but I ran out of the gas to make it sparkling. So it's just actually plain water out of a sparkling bottle. You gotta stay hydrated, man. You gotta stay hydrated. So yeah, there's potential for intraday longs here on silver before then seeing some shorts. Yeah, that's true. Response to all comments, yes, to drink reservoir. Yeah, that's very true. Talking straight for, you know, 2.5 hours when we do the pre-lunch room is gonna be tired. Where's the gas? I know, I ran out, man. I ran out. Yeah, evening style. Yep, definitely, definitely. So yeah, potential for some intraday longs here on silver. Intraday longs. Intraday longs on silver up into these highs. Maybe retrace some of this FOMC move before then potentially pushing lower. How long we got? We got 1 minute till London Open here, guys. 1 minute until London Open. This hourly could be shaping up for an evening start. If we open with the top wick, I'm going to consider shorts here on gold. Risk off previous hourly highs and see if you can dip this lower. Did you say sparkling water makes you smart? Maybe. I don't think I said that, but maybe. Yeah, I'll trade the funded today, man. Yeah, I like the price action today. I prefer the price action today than what we've seen recently. So yeah, I'm happy to trade the funded account today. You know, trade one contract. Let me just have a look at the currency chart. Coke and brandy ready to go. I hope you're not trading the London Open in London. 8 a.m. You're on the Coke and brandy. Good man, good man. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, man. It's 5 o'clock here, actually. It's 5 o'clock here. So we're getting a decent 30-minute closure here. 50-minute grab and highs, closing bearish. Where we're coming into, though, let's see if we're going to find some support here and pull back and tag the highs. Look at this. Decent level here. See how we react around here. All right, we've got London Open here, guys. London Open. Nice, Chicago. 2 a.m. Nice, nice, nice. Nice. So London Open here. Hourly has just came up, tagged the highs, and actually closed bearish on the currency chart. The currency chart hourly is actually closed bearish after hitting the highs. Didn't quite tag the highs of FOMC, but you've come that close that a pullback from here makes sense. A pullback down into the lows of about 4 a.m. Here. You guys see here on the future chart, it grabbed the lows before pushing up. The currency chart hasn't grabbed these lows. So to me personally, there's a high chance we'll grab these lows. Open in with an instant top wick here as well. Let me drop down to the 15. There's potential for a sell stop here soon. Let me have a look at my currency chart. If we tag the 15 highs, I may put a sell stop in here and risk off the previous highs. The only thing with where the currency chart is, you are at support. You just tagged the previous breakout level and you're currently holding it. If you guys have a look at the currency chart, I should set up a second scene for this. Holding this. I'm not going to sell stop this just yet. This is a pretty decent, resistance. You broke it. You've just held it. The lows I'm looking for in the currency chart is, I'd say around maybe 93s first. I'm not going to sell stop this 15 here, guys. It's kind of already tagged highs pushed down, coming in some support. I think we may get a little bit more of a top wick here. What the dog doing? Dog's sleeping. Dog's sleeping on the bed. He's waiting to go for his evening walk post stream. It's not about what's more accurate. The futures is obviously way more accurate. The currency chart sometimes just grabs highs and lows more. That's why I watch both. Yeah, let's have a look at. I think I'll continue to watch the currency chart here. I think we're going to get a little bit more of a top wick, or maybe have a little bit more of a breakout. Having a look at crude. What did we see yesterday? Let's get rid of this. Very decent. Where's our analysis from yesterday? Very decent push up here. Spoke about the possibility of swing longs on crude from that 64 level, which is kind of pushing. Let me get rid of this. Kind of pushing pretty nice. It was a decent closure yesterday. Very decent closure. Been bullish for the past 3 days, having a very, very nice breakout. Where are we coming up into, and where can we go to here on crude? You're almost back at 70. Let me just adjust these levels a little bit. Gold breaking lower. If it pushes from here, it's fine. So we tapped into 70s. Let's get rid of this one. I'm not short this 15 flip, guys. There's no risk to reward for me to short it from here. So I'm not gonna sell. I'll wait till we break out maybe. Decent closure on crude yesterday. You'll very likely see crude push higher. Let me have a look. What did we see yesterday? So that was that nice breakout we saw yesterday. Had that trail line liquidity, came up. What did we do? We tagged the highs, stopped out any early sellers from here. People short here, set their stops above. What does price do? Comes up, tags the highs, pulls back, and then continues pushing even more. I kind of said yesterday, I wouldn't short off this liquidity gap because the best trade here was buying up into that level. Because at least buying up here, you're following the trend of yesterday. And kind of same thing here again. If you can get back above 70, I would look to keep buying. I would look to keep buying here on crude. Could you come down a little bit more? Maybe. I would say hourly time frame is not looking the best on crude. I'd wait for a closure back above 70 and then see if you can continue pushing. Yeah, gold. Yeah, the gold short right now. If you were to actually use a valid entry with a valid stop loss, you would be shorting here. If you're risking here, well, for price to come down into here, you're just about squeezing a 1-to-1. I think if we want to get a 1-to-1 risk to reward, say we're going to get a better trade than that. I believe you're going to come up and maybe squeeze some highs first. And I also don't like the fact that currency is bouncing right off the previous highs as well. So that's the reason I haven't jumped in the flip there. Let's have a look. What was it? 26 into lows. Thoughts on NQNES? Yep, we can have a look. Hey Aaron, just wanted to give you a review this short. Don't know if you guys talked about on stream, but I've shorted because of price taking previous highs. Let me have a look. I think if I was going to be shorting where you took short, I'd be wanting it to grab the previous highs. And the 5 AM candle actually closed bullish. So if you look at the 5 a.m. candle hourly close, it actually closed bullish. I can see what you're trying to take. You know, you did grab some. Let's see if I share my screen here. You did grab some highs here and close below, but you're also shorting right into support. I would be waiting for these highs to get tagged personally. And if you look at the hourly, it did actually end up closing bullish as well. So although you did grab some highs, yeah, I'd want to see a little bit more of a breakout. It's kind of what gold's doing right now. The reason I'm not jumping in shorts right now on gold is because you're coming right into support. Yeah, that's my that'd be my only thing with shorting there is you hadn't really broken out that much just yet. NQ and ES, yes, yeah, let's have a look. Like, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, you had some. Let me just get my currency chart up here, just to make sure we're not missing anything. Let me see. Coach Carter and Jay said to ask you for tips on trading gold. I'll take that. Tips on trading gold is look for the very key liquidity grabs. Look for double tops and double bottoms, and look to trade into them. And keep tuning in here. You know, I'll share. We share lots of good liquidity and analysis lessons on gold. Yesterday we shared lots of value on how to trade gold. But keep tuning in to both sessions, man. You know, you'll pick it up. You'll pick up quick. You'll pick it up. Thoughts on ES is very bullish. We got bought right back up yesterday. Came down, tagged this nice breakout level, got bought right back up, and you're squeezing already higher. So back to being very, very bullish. How do you trade after such a big move? It is very tough. Very, 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 very tough. I personally wouldn't be shorting this. Not to say that it can't pull back some of yesterday's move. It just wouldn't really be my trade. I'm not really looking to fight the markets, and I certainly wouldn't be looking to fight this here on ES. So I would be looking for continuation trades personally. Now, it's not to say you can't pull back. It's more so to say that just wouldn't be my trade. I personally wouldn't be shorting this. I can see, there's the potential to have a bit of a pullback. I personally would just wait for it to pull back and then keep buying. I don't really want to be fighting this huge move. So in terms of what we could see for the London session, you may even just see a little bit of a range. If you grab these lows and break out, you could maybe look for some more longs, but the range here is pretty tough. Gold squeezing high here, guys. The reason I said I don't want to short just yet. This is the reason I said I don't want to short gold just yet. It's still squeezing higher. The best way to understand gold is to understand key liquidity levels. And you guys see the levels that we mark out on, they get hit very, 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 very well. I think we delete all the levels. But for gold, you're trying to understand, what are most people trying to do and how can I take advantage of it? Because gold loves to give traps on, kind of here. People jump in short, set their stops above. Gold loves to come up, tag the highs, and then go short. So I'm trying to identify these levels and then trade into them. If we get a 15-minute breakout, yeah, I mean, could we continue buying? Let's see. You're bouncing off the previous breakout level. What do you have on the currency? You got about 40 ticks and ties, which is not bad. So let's see. Listen to Aaron, he's helped me so much with gold. Amazing to hear, man. It's the only thing I trade now. Amazing. Coming from a swing trading forex background. Amazing, man. That's what we love to hear. Just trading gold. Amazing. Copper analysis. Yeah, I mean, I've only just seen copper, so I don't really think there's much to analyze, to be honest. We're selling off. We're selling off like crazy. It doesn't really matter too much about what we try and analyze here. We are having an absolutely insane sell-off. Huge sell-off. I would personally, I would be staying far away from copper. This is a huge sell-off, and at any point, yeah, you might find support, but I also certainly wouldn't be buying against this. And if I'm going to be selling copper, well, where's your stop? It's very, very hard to judge a stop. Yeah, what they can do, yeah. It's very hard to judge a stop to try and jump in shorts, and it's also absolutely not the market to try and buy. So it's kind of like, it's kind of one of them where it's like you can't really win trying to trade copper right now. Like, this is insane. Absolutely insane. You had a huge, insane grab and just a crazy sell-off. So personally, I would look at other markets. I mean, in terms of next key levels, though, you'd be looking at $4 back down here. I think we're down like, what, 23, 25% or something crazy from the highs of FOMC. Yeah, 25%. Like, it's huge. So in terms of analysis, I honestly look at a market like this and I go, that is not my job to try and trade this. Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, I believe so. Yeah. Kind of see this, you go, okay, this is. I think there's much nicer opportunities out there than trying to trade something like this. Hey Jack, since the currency is holding support, and we have the double top, like to be taken. Yeah, I mean, we can long the support if we get a breakout, definitely. If we close above, there's potential to buy into the highs. But previous hourly wicked out major highs and still closed bearish. So it's kind of hard to want to trade against that candle just yet. It was a pretty bearish hourly candle closure on gold. But yeah, it makes sense. You know, if we can break out, you have liquidity targets. The only thing is, you know, this is already pushed. I kind of look at this on gold. Although I do believe, you know, we're going to squeeze these highs. This is already a very strong push here in Asia. This is a very big push. With no real significant pullbacks. From the lows, I think gold's up, you know, like 300 ticks today. So gold's already up 300 ticks. Like, yeah, we can buy into highs and buy into the liquidity needing to be grabbed. But you still want a good risk to reward. So maybe if we get a 50-minute breakout, we can consider it. I'm not very, I don't really like this though. I don't like this big resistance and the fact that we haven't really had much of a pullback. Yeah, let it settle for the day. Yeah, absolutely. Same as if that was gold, I'd be looking at that and go, okay, cool, come back tomorrow, if not next week. Copper's at a crazy stuff. 2K on gold, amazing. Yeah, the longs in Asia were huge. Oh, nice. I learned the importance of watching the 1 hour candle for rejections from top and bottom wick before entering into a trade. Changed the way I trade. Grateful to you, Aaron. That's amazing to hear, man. It's what we love to hear. All from tuning into a free live stream here as well. It's amazing, man. Keep it up. There you go. Yeah, 50% tariffs, which were anticipated to apply to all refined copper. There you go. Nice one, John. Yeah, I missed that. I was asleep during that crazy move. Luckily, that was insane. Absolutely insane. Looks like a day to go for a walk on the beach. Yeah, for copper. I think gold's still going to give us some nice opportunities. That's why I'm happy to trade my funded account today. NQ and ES, personally, are going to be off the cards. I think gold is looking the nicest, which is good because that's our sweet spot that we want to trade. What's the whip got for us today? Spent 4 minutes in the high stress zone today, the majority of which came from sleep. I must have had a stressful sleep, whatever that means. There you go, Coach. But just seen it. Copper futures tumble as the White House says refined metal exempt from 50% tariffs. Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. It's like a once in a lifetime. If anyone was swing to that, it's like a once in a lifetime short. Yeah, it's our sweet baby. Yeah, exactly. Hold a Sydney meetup. Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely. Absolutely. I did one in Melbourne, and yeah, well, definitely. What advice would you give to someone who's blown 2 prop firm accounts? Well, firstly, man, you're not alone. Everyone loses fund accounts in the beginning, man. Don't beat yourself up mentally. You have to understand, you know, there's nothing wrong with losing a combine. But you want to understand, like, what am I doing wrong? You know, you don't want to keep just taking funded accounts after funded accounts. You know, you want to be learning and trying to figure out what did you do right or wrong. And how can you get better? So it's not the fact that you maybe lost, it's what did you do wrong? What did you do right? Did you maybe focus on the money too much? You know, it's kind of hard to say without knowing what you may have done wrong. But advice is, man, if you're not, again, this is kind of for all traders, if you're not yet consistent a funded account isn't going to be the solution to your problems. A profitable strategy is. Once you got your profitable strategy, then you can start trading the funded accounts. So make sure you have a plan that actually consistently works. Losing 2 accounts at the beginning is nothing. Yeah, that's fine. Well, what you don't want to do is just beat yourself up and kind of put yourself down a unnecessarily mental rabbit hole of just thinking I'm a failure. What's wrong with me? Because sometimes it's very easy to think that everyone else is succeeding all the time and you may be losing, and that's kind of the hard thing about upcoming in trading. Let me just adjust this light a little bit. I just got a new little light here, but it's not a very good angle. Sometimes in trading it's easy to think that everyone's winning all the time, and like why me? Why is it me just failing in these accounts? But I promise you, it's not just you. I lose funded accounts, lose combines, but what I don't do is just lose them and not learn from them. A lot of people, take lots of funded accounts and just blow them. They don't actually learn. They don't actually reflect on what they could be doing better and how they could be better. So go back and look at your trades and refine. Like I say, it's a low cost for a very valuable lesson. Lost count. Yeah. It's two's fine. Say if you lose 250. Say if you just lost 2 funded accounts or 2 combines on Topstep, you just lost $100, man. Once you get consistent, you make it back. But you just want to focus on consistency and focus on taking good trades. Focus on taking good trades. Don't focus on the P&L. Focus on good trades. Would you say that the more price bounces off a horizontal or diagonal trend line, the more likely it is to break? Definitely, yeah. Same as resistance. Yep, that's the whole plan, man. The more times you bounce off resistance, the more likely you are to squeeze it. Like the more times gold rejects from here, the more likely people are to short and sit their stops above. The more likely prices to have a good squeeze. Yeah, 100%, man. That's how gold loves to play the liquidity levels. Gold loves to have the big bounces off resistance, bounces, and then that's when you get the big rips into the liquidity up. Absolutely, man. What I have seen though is sometimes it's more so on the actual NFP days, but you can respect resistance a lot pre-big news. Kind of like yesterday, although you didn't grab the highs, you kind of did the same to the lows. Like the amount of times that you bounced off this support yesterday without really breaking it, I think it was a big trend line as well. The amount of times you bounce off this trend line without breaking it, the amount of people who try and buy that gets built up more and more and more, and the bigger the reaction you have, lower. There was a huge reaction lower. You didn't quite squeeze these highs here yesterday I was looking for, but you did tag these highs and break down. So yeah, the more likely you are to bounce from resistance or trend line support, the more likely you are to have a bigger reaction from that level, especially if you haven't grabbed the highs of the range. So if gold does have a little bit of a pullback from here, without grabbing the highs, the more likely you are to squeeze higher. 15-minute tag the highs, failed to close above. That's the reason I'm not jumping in longs just yet, guys. I want to see at least a candle closure to trade into these highs. Blew 2 accounts last month just from lack of discipline. It happens, man. It happens. That's why I say to you guys, set yourself personal daily loss limits. Every single time I get a funded account, on my 150, it's $1,000. I set myself personal daily loss limits. You can set yourself trade limits here on Topstep, contract limits. There's everything on here that we need to become good traders and remove that thought process. But it happens, it happens. We're not here to be perfect. We're here to, get better. By no means a perfect trader. I maybe make less mistakes than when I started earlier in my earlier days of trading, but I'm absolutely not perfect. And I think there's no such thing as a perfect trader. It's all about recognizing your mistakes and what you did wrong and how you can get better. Can you give us some pointers on gold? How you plan on getting out? Do you sell when it hits the V-up? I mean, we'll see if we get a trade here together, but no, my exits on gold are based off liquidity levels. So the levels that, I can't remember which trades we took last week, but let's see. This was the liquidity levels that we talked about last week. My exits are based off these liquidity levels. So I'm shorting down into where I think most people are trying to buy. that's my exit. So these liquidity levels are basically areas where I believe, a lot of people are probably buying from here, and gold hasn't grabbed the lows. Therefore, people are, jumping in huge longs. If gold's ever going to have a big move up or down, it's always going to come and grab previous highs or lows before having the move. So my job is to identify these levels and then short into them. So I'm trading into these liquidity levels. Same as this double top here. You got a nice double top up here. So what am I doing? I'm buying up into them liquidity levels, and my exit is at them levels. And that's why we always have pretty good exits on our trades, because you typically grab the highs and lows, and then you have the real move. Look at this on gold. You could have scalped down as lows. What you come down, tag lows, and then you have the push. So my job is to short into them lows. That's what my exits are. So for instance, today on gold, if I do get an opportunity to buy here, my exit would be this liquidity level. I don't use VWAP or anything like that for exits. My exits are all based off my liquidity targets. As soon as we hit my previous highs or lows, that's my exit. Because we're kind of saying to ourselves, we don't know what's going to happen above these FOMC highs, but we can say there's a pretty high chance you're going to grab them. So therefore, all we're trying to do is look for opportunities to buy into them levels. And a lot of the times on stream, you guys can see, when we get in a trade and it hits these liquidity levels, it can reverse very quick as well. And we get out at very, very good points. Bullish 15 close here, we might give it a shot. Hiron, if you had to walk away from your screen, where would you set an alert for potential moves? I can only trade between work hours, so trying to improve this area. Nice. That's still good, man. Well, more importantly, don't focus on trying to scalp, man. Just focus on trying to day trade. Focus on the hourly time frame. Take a trade off the hourly and let it play out for 2, 3, 4 hours. Where would I set alerts right now? I'd be setting alerts above FOMC highs for potential shorts. That'd be the only real alert I'd have, man. Is above these FOMC highs. But if you're trading around work, which is so possible, man, don't focus on trying to scalp the 5 minute. It's not going to work. Focus on trading the hourly time frame. Use small size and just let your trades breathe. You'll have much better success at doing that as well than being stressed trying to watch every single 5 and 15 minute closure. Hourly closures on gold, 30-minute hourly closures can be amazing. Amazing. Good morning, Aaron. Oh, good morning, man. I'll just hit the like. Absolutely, man. We got 737 people tune in. Absolutely. Having a decent squeeze here. Reason said we didn't want to get short. I was tempted to short this, but you failed to close below. You're just squeezing high. There's the potential to long if we get a decent pullback without grabbing the highs. You may just grab the highs from here. It was a pretty decent bounce. If this 15 closed bullish, I'll be buying this 15, but I failed to close above just yet. NQ stuck in a tight little range, guys. I'll be careful trading NQ here today. I'm a spark here, do shift work and on call with a young family at home. There's always time to trade and learn if you love it. Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely, man. Love that. 100%. Yeah, the short yesterday. Yeah, you didn't quite come up as high as I thought you were going to come. Where was our highs from yesterday? I think our highs yesterday. We were talking about these highs here. You didn't quite grab these highs, but you did grab some highs and you kind of broke out. There wasn't really a short for me here, to be honest. The only way you maybe could have shorted is if this candle, you waited for this breakout here. But there wasn't like a jump out obvious short here. By the time it kind of happened, you'd already pushed down quite a lot. I mean, at this point, you could have shorted the 2 p.m. candle down into these lows. But again, if you were shorting this candle down into here, you got 95 ticks, which is amazing. But where's your stops? So yeah, you didn't quite come up and grab as high as I would have wanted. But you did grab some highs. Little bit evening star, push lower, grab the lowest support, and then you just absolutely rip. So the news ones, I'm not really trying to trade them ones, to be honest. I'm not trying to trade them ones. But it was the nice thing is you had this huge trend line coming up. And so many people would have been trying to buy that. So at least you weren't trying to buy it. This rejection here, how many people do you think would have been trying to buy this trend line? And like we just said earlier, the more you bounce off this trend line, the more likely you are to break it. So although I actually didn't get the short that I wanted yesterday, at least we weren't the ones trying to short this, trying to buy this on gold. I think a lot of people would have got trapped trying to buy this trend line. So although I didn't get my short, which I would have absolutely loved because it was a great short down into the daily lows, we saved ourselves taking an unnecessary loss by trying to buy this trend line. And that's why trend lines don't work on gold. Same as double tops. People buy this trend line, they buy long. Where do they put their stops? You know, below the previous low, down here. What does gold do? Loves to come down and tag the lows. Sometimes, trading these trend lines, you can come down, tag the lows, and then reverse. So even shorting down into here would have been a great trade. But there was no real price action and it was major news, so it wasn't our job to try and catch that. But in normal markets, when we see these happen, yeah, they can give great opportunities. The trendline liquidity plays can be very, very, very nice. Trendline liquidity plays on gold can be amazing. And you kind of have one here in Asia again. You know, this is, I mean, it's a bit too steep, but you do have a big trend line. I think a lot of people will be buying here. So if you come up and tag FOMC highs, there's the potential to short gold again. We have, what time is news again today? Wow, so we got, no, that's tomorrow. What we got today? Today we got core PCE price index, 1:30 London time. And then obviously tomorrow's NFP. My favorite, Topstep analysis. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Appreciate you tuning in. That's what we like to hear. Gold's kind of creating a little bit of a range around here, guys. I do like breakouts and either. I like shorts for a pullback. I like breaks above for the liquidity. I'm very neutral on gold right now. I don't want to get trapped in this range though, but let's see. We got 30-minute close. First 30-minute close of the London session coming in here in 2 minutes. Yeah, 30-minute evening star potential, definitely, man. If we break the lows, the potential to short. This is 15. It's kind of leaving a nice wick rejection here in the currency. I have to bring this big every time. Grabbing the previous 15 highs. If we can maybe top wick of the next 30, there's the potential for a short. This is a very nice guy. Very, very nice grab here. Yeah, the evening star actually looks nice on the currency. Yeah, definitely, I can see that. And that's also hourly evening star as well. So you've got 30-minute evening star. You've also got hourly evening star. So if we can get a 15-minute breakout here, or even a closure like this, top wick on the next 15, top wick on the next 30, shorts. Yeah, hourly's still looking good. Yep, hourly is still looking good. The only thing is here, if we do short, which I'm happy to give a try, I want to see us close below here when I short it. I want to see us, if we get short, as soon as we hit this level, I want to see it break with volume. Oh, really? Thank you, still booming? Yeah, wow, look at that. Thank you, still pushing. Came down, grabbed the lows, closed bullish. Bit of a messy range, but yeah, you're still pushing. Look at that. Quick 18. Yeah, that's crazy, Sonny. Yeah, only one red hourly closure. No, that's true. Yeah, Asia's just, honestly, I thought Asia would have a little bit of a pullback and then keep selling, but no, you've just been non-stop. So a little bit of a pullback makes sense. Yeah, I'm not looking for a huge rollover here, but just, you know, like I say, pull back down into these levels before squeezing the FOMC highs looks good. Yeah, NQ have a nice little squeeze. Why did they skip the October contract? What's here? So October. Oh, yeah. So yeah, the October GC contract doesn't exist. Apparently because it's not popular or liquid. So most traders skip it in favor of December. So it says low liquidity. Traders, hedgers, and institutions focus on high liquidity months, especially February, April, June, August, and December. October typically has very low volume open interest. So that's news to me as well, man. All right, 50-minute close. Still closing bullish. How's the 30-minute? 30-minute close bullish there. Let me see my currency. Still closing bullish. Kind of at the highs, at the lows. Not the nicest of 30-minute closures. Isn't to an instant top wick though. Okay, hey Nico, welcome back, man. Welcome back. Nico, how do I say it, man? I like the shorts purely based off this hourly evening star. The only thing I don't like is this 30-minute range. Nico, nice, Nico, man. Sorry, man. How do I close half position on Topstep? Good question, man. So let's say if you're long 2, you want to close half, you just sell back 1. If you're long 10 and you want to close half, sell back 5. If you're short 10 and you want to close half, buy back 5. The currency was trying to create an hourly evening star, but to be honest, now it looks like it's going to fill it in. I wouldn't mind looking for longs here, to be honest. I'm not a huge fan of these shorts. Yeah, me neither. I didn't either, man. Yeah, that's the same way to close. Obviously, if you only have one contract open, you can't close half of a contract. So it'd be more so. That's why it's good if you guys are trading like 50Ks. Trade micros. Because then at least, rather than trading 1 mini and you can't close anything, if you trade 10 micros, at least you can take some partials. I think even on a 50, trading 5 micros is good. So I like the longs here, guys, but there's no bottom wick on this current 30-minute. Here on gold. Oh, yeah, most haven't taken the highs. Yeah, nice. Yeah, nice. Yeah, I had a look at some other ones as well, man. Yeah, that's why I do like these highs to be grabbed. All haven't taken. Yeah, nice. That's good to know, man. Yeah, I believe we're going to squeeze these FOMC highs. I would like to buy up into this because I do believe a lot of people will be getting. I believe a lot of people will be getting trapped in shorts here. I just don't really like the. There's no, like look at the wick rejection on these candles. Every single time we tried to push up, we just kind of wick a lot. And then current 30-minute, there's not even any bottom wick. So you guys who were talking yesterday about the importance of top and bottom wicks, if there's no bottom wick on this current 30, well, if you try and chase it from here, it means that bottom wick can be created at any point. So then you get trapped in a top wick and ends up coming lower. That's why you never want to chase a candle if it opens with an instant top wick and you're looking for longs. Nah, it's just the lighting. I'm trying to fix light. I don't need rest. It's just the lighting. It's the way my light is in here. But I appreciate the concern, man. It's just the way the light is. It's just the lighting in this room. If trading 2 quantity sets, I mean, you can. Yeah, you can. You can set partial TP orders if you want to. Yeah. Yeah, you can. Yep. 30-minute trying to come back down a little bit here. Been a subscriber of yours since you had about 300 subscribers. Thank you, Billy. Appreciate it, man. Do reflect on how far you've come. My goat. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, 100%, man. Yeah, the streams have been growing very, very well, man. You should do the live streams to like maybe 1 or 2 people. Don't mind the glazing. Just giving you your flowers. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Appreciate you being a subscriber for so long, man. And yeah, 100% is. I mean, I've been doing it for a good while, so it's good to see it. Good to see it finally grow, man. OG member there. Caffeine in my veins doesn't like this chop. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this chop either. If I look at it on a lower time frame, it's even worse. It's even worse. So I'm not really looking at the 5-minute here. It's you know, we're up, down. So it's very, very, very choppy price action. 30-minute is coming down for that bottom wick now. 15 looking like it's an evening star. I mean, if the 15 breaks out potential, it's kind of how big is this range to short from down into here? It's like 30 ticks. Yeah, we are starting to see some volume though. Happened to my BMW. Oh, I sold that a while ago, man. Sold that a long time ago. I got a upgrade to a Mercedes, but I've also sold that. I'm currently carless. I have no car right now. But yeah, I sold it, man. I sold it. Yeah, 33.48. Yep, I think that could be nice. Even the thing is, I would like to be in a short before this, because I do believe if we come back down to this level, there's a high chance we're going to break it because people try and bounce here. So I would like to be short before here, and then as soon as we do come down here, you know, I'll look to manage risk. Yeah, I would like to get short and manage risk as we get into these zones, you know, be break even. But it's not really giving me too much confidence just yet. Nah, I honestly wouldn't have pulled. I was looking at that as well. I was like, was there any opportunity to actually buy this up? Maybe here, but it was pretty late. There was a nice morning star here. But here, not really. It kind of gave so many false signs that we were going to push lower. You know, grab highs, looking like, oh, cool, we're going to roll over. Grab lows, straight back up. So not really, to be honest, man. Carlos trades. Did I write the Tesla? Yeah, Tesla was cool, man. Tesla was cool. The Tesla was cool. Tesla was good fun. It was a bit annoying having to go charge it, though, to be honest. Maybe if you actually owned one, you could probably charge it at home. It was fun until you had to go sit in a car park and charge your car for half an hour. That was the only downside. Let's have a look. Any other markets moving, guys? Feel free to, you know, we can look at some other instruments. Gold's just in a little bit of a chop here. What were we looking at? Did we look at some oil intraday longs? We were. I think we were looking at oil intraday longs. Having a little bit of a squeeze. Oh yes, have a nice little bounce again. Look at that. Yes, thank you. Have a nice little bounce. Nice little squeeze here. Still have your cardio. Nice. Now I'm not in a position. I want to get. I want to get in a gold position here. I just don't like this range. I'm trying to either buy into this liquidity or short a pullback. I'm open to either side on gold. I'm just not interested in this range. Look at this. It's really choppy here on gold, unfortunately. I'm open to shorting for a decent pullback of this Asian move. I'm also open to buying into this liquidity. I'm trying to be very reactive here and just reacting to whichever way we're breaking out. But the volume is very tough here. Very tough. Yeah, it could be a very good structure. Definitely, man. Yep. Next, it was the worst. That's what she got. Yeah. It was pretty fun for like a couple of days. Yeah, if you charge at home, yeah, that's great. Yeah, it's only because I hired it, so I couldn't charge at home. But yeah, it would be perfect, man. No, I'm not in a position just yet. In the US or UK, I'm in Australia, man. I'm in Australia, which is probably even harder without a car. But luckily, where I live, everything's near me, and it's only been a few weeks. I walk to jiu-jitsu. I walk to the coffee shops. I sit inside and trade a lot. I got the beach just there. I actually really need it that much. I got literally shops across the road. Everything's on the doorstep here, so surprising how much I didn't actually really need it. This is the 5 minute. It's the 5 minute chopping. Can we have a look at the Russell? Definitely, man. Definitely. Yep. We have a look at the Russell. Let's have a look. How do we close yesterday? The Russell's been pretty lagging far behind recently. I do like the Russell to catch up soon. Well, it's into all-time highs, 13%. Remember, let's have a quick look at the monthly. Yeah, it is weird not having a car. I only don't have a car because I'm heading to Europe on Monday, so I sold it. Russell here, finding some pretty decent resistance here, which makes sense. Look at this huge level here. Massive support, kind of same as gold. You know, the more you try and bounce off this support without pushing, the more likely you are to break it. Let me just have a look at gold here, guys. On my currency chart. Trying to break back higher. Came down, grabbed lows, closed bullish. If you get a bottom wick here on a 5, I may take some longs. If we get a bottom wick on this 5, I'm just watching gold here, may get some longs. Russell, yeah. Big resistance. I personally believe if we can bottom wick next month, maybe tag the lows, this could give a great buying opportunity. And you could be looking for next month to look something like this. Nice wick rejection into current monthly lows, and then see if you can start breaking. That's just a higher time frame outlook. Like I say, I very rarely look at the monthly, but when you're the final day of the trading month, it's good just to have a quick look. Weekly's been pretty choppy. You know, you grab lows here, close bullish, failed to close above, and now you're squeezing back lower. So I would say early on into next month, if we can push down, you could get some longs. So intraday, I would say we are potentially looking for some sells. Yesterday you closed nice and bearish. Today you grab lows and you're pushing right back up. So I would say if you can find some resistance, I wouldn't mind shorting the Russell. I'm just watching gold here, guys. Gold's trying to entice me for some longs. Oh no, Brad, I'll be back, man. I'll be back. Yeah, 100% sure. Yeah, I would short it if it grabbed highs. Absolutely. Nico, I don't really have too much just yet, man. Kind of going with the flow. Just heading over to I have to go in. I'm going in August because I got friends' weddings. And then in September, yeah, we're just heading over to Spain and just seeing where we go, man. Seeing where we go. There's a decent intraday push here, so you wouldn't want to be selling the Russell just yet by any means. But if you can find some resistance, then there's the potential for shorts. Could you come up for a retracement of yesterday's big FOMC move? Yes. Where could you retrace into? Let's just have a look. That'd be a pretty decent level, maybe back up into 22.45-ish. So with this closing as bullish as it is, London session, yeah, you may keep buying. Maybe you may get shorts closer to New York. There's a very decent fake out play coming in here. You probably would, personally, I wouldn't have bought this current hour. But if this closes like this and it confirms a fake out, yeah, maybe you could take it. Yeah, gold no bueno. I know. No bueno on gold. What I was kind of looking at here in my currency chart is you grab the highs, you grab the lows here and close bullish. I was kind of, I'm thinking of something like this. I'm not in it just because the volume's just not the best. What do we have into the highs? We've got about 30 ticks into the highs. What would you be risking? You'd be risking about $200, 60 here on the futures. Must be practicing their Spanish. Yeah, that's as good as it gets. Oh, Brad, absolutely, man, absolutely. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, for the Russell, why would you keep looking for shorts when the lows are grabbed? That's a good point. Isn't it better? Yeah, it is better when the lows haven't been grabbed, but it's more so just of how bearish we're looking on the higher time frame. But you're absolutely right. Yeah, if these lows, if we hadn't grabbed the lows kind of like gold and we pushed up, then it'd be more inclined to short. But yeah, we came down, grabbed the lows and pushed up, so there's potential for a pullback before then rolling over. Only reason I'd say shorts is just because of how this higher time frame's looking. Again, it would depend on this weekly close. If this weekly fails to close below the low, then you may push up from there. It was a pretty decent breakout yesterday. Oh, that 5-minute play was the flip on gold, guys. I was a little bit hesitant there. I just didn't like the volume. That 5-minute was the push. I was really tempted on that 5-minute flip as well. I was really tempted. What do we have here? If we get a steep bottom wick here, the only reason I was so skeptical is because how poor the volume's been today. But that's what I was kind of looking at here on gold. You're in, nice, Jamie, nice. Right on that 3,300 level here in the currency as well. I just wasn't a bit hesitant with the volume. Yeah, too close to the highs now. Yeah, way too close. Nice. I like that, man. I like that. Yeah, it's way too close to the highs. Unless you get a really steep bottom wick. Risk, I want to be going for at least 1 to 1.5 to 1 to 2s. I don't really go for anything less than that. 1 to 1's not really worth it for me. I'm trying to get at least 1.5 to 1 to 2s. You know, sometimes by the time I exit the trade, it may be more, maybe less. But for an initial entry with a valid stop, yeah, I want to be seeing at least 1 to 2s. Currency about to tag the highs here, guys. So even on the futures, what do you have? Oh, there, that was that 5 minute was the play. 5 minute was the play. Currency coming up and ripping the highs there. Anyone who got short there on gold got squeezed. So good thing we didn't jump into shorts there, guys. That would have been a beautiful play there. Just the volume leading up to this push was just so hit and miss. It was like what's that? 600 in like what, 10 minutes? Not even that. 6 minutes. Yeah, a little 5 bit that little 5 bit is what I was looking at. I was like, okay, cool. You've just grabbed those. You closed bullish. You have liquidity above. I was tempted. Yeah, if you guys did get it, it was nice. Yeah, it was nice. Nice squeeze. Again, though, although we weren't able to. Oh no. Personal daily profit target. Nice, nice. Although we didn't get the. Although I wasn't quick enough to scalp that, at least we weren't the ones trying to short here. Most people trying to short here on gold would have got squeezed out pretty hard there. So, although we didn't get the longs, which would have been absolutely beautiful, at least we didn't. At least we get trapped in the shorts. I was so tempted with this 5 minute flip. I was like, I don't want to get stuck in this volume. Ended up being the play. At least our direction was good. yeah, same, Brad. Yeah, when I've hit my personal loss limit, not a take profit. Caught 50 ticks. Nice. Good job, man. Yeah, bull trap on gold. That's the thing. If I was buying gold, I'd be right out at these highs. Because above these highs, this could be a liquidity grab for a potential pullback. So if anyone is buying this on gold, personally, for me, I'd be out full there. Just got home from gold. 150 ticks. Wow, that was a great trade, man. Great trade, Quinn. That was an absolutely beautiful trade. Where did you get long? You got long on the 30 minute. You got long on a 30 minute from all the way down here. Wow, huge trade, man. Huge trade. Nah, still good, Jamie. Still good. Still good either way, man. That's a great trade, Quinn. Amazing trade, man. Very nice trade. 150 ticks, 160. Yeah, that's incredible trade. Trade of the week right there. 5 hour hold. That's amazing, man. See, there you go. That's amazing. Although it's 5 hours, patience absolutely paid there, man. Well done. That's amazing. Okay. It's okay. That's a great hold. Short now? No, don't short yet. You know, there's a fine line in terms of trading what we see and what we think. Although I do believe, you know, we can tag these highs and have a bit of a pullback. The only way we would short gold is a closure back below here. Closure back below here, then you got potential for a short. But don't fight the markets. If we're pushing up, we're pushing up. Don't get caught up and try and trade what you think. Forget final boss. Yeah, literally, that's amazing. You've had a few of them ones, Quinn, right? You've had a few of them ones you trade in the higher time frame now. You just kind of stick into higher time frame closures and liquidity, because that's a very nice hold. I think you've had a few of them, man. You could take, well, you could take. Yeah, nice. You could take a few of them a month, and you're doing very well. Where you got it from, man? You could literally. What did you get? You got 160 ticks, right? 150. Man, you could take 2 of them a month, 2-3 of them a month, and you're making great gains. At one contract, you know, it's $1,500 from executing and walking away and letting your trade play out. That's amazing, man. Amazing. I don't set, no, I never set hard take profits for this exact reason. I never set hard take profits. Closing above that support and resistance level is huge. Yeah, nice. Really impressed how you were. Yeah, that's very important, man. Very important. That's the thing. I kind of want to see. I want to see it just maybe just close up, but like, you know, just a little bit above there. I was tempted with this though. You kind of grab those and close bullish. So there was a. It's only the 5 minute, but there was a little 5 minute fake out there. Look at this. Grab the lows, close bullish. So there's your 5 minute fake out confirmation. I think this rejection here. Obviously, in hindsight, it's easy to say, but this would have brought in some sellers. But once you grab the lows and close bullish, we're looking for upside. So there's your longs. So you got 5 minute fake out with the liquidity grab. I just wanted maybe just a little bit of a 15 breakout. Yeah, there is absolutely 30 minute fake outs on gold could be huge, definitely. Especially the fact there's no bottom wick on this current 15. This could come all the way right back down. Exactly. That's the thing. Like I said to you guys, although if you didn't get the longs, what's good, guys, is we weren't the ones trying to short here on gold. Like we said earlier, how many people do you think, there was the potential for a pullback, but a scalp, whereas a lot of people would have been shorting here, sitting their stops just above and looking for this huge, big, jackpot play back down. And that's why I said to you guys at the start of the stream, if gold's ever going to have a big move up or down, a big move all the way down into these lows, it's never going to push without grabbing these highs. It's very, very rare. Very, very, very rare. The high chance is you're going to come up, you're going to tag the highs, stop out any early sellers, and then, we may see the push later on. So that's the whole entire plan. We're trying to identify these levels, and ideally we're trying to buy up into them. But by the time the 15 finally closed above here today, and not even any time frame kind of really broke out for me, you kind of just pushed it. What time the Lambo deal open, Quinn? Yeah, get to the Lambo dealer, man. Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely, mate. So if you can, start closing back below, now that early sellers have been squeezed out here, yeah, now there's the potential for actually to take a real short here. And that could give you the whole decent trade. I do take 5-minute flips, man. I do. I've kind of stopped trading the 5-minute as much. I only really want to be trading the 5-minute when I get like a 15 or a 30-minute closure. So and that's why I was, like I said to you guys, I was watching this buy here on the currency. Once you grab the lows and closed bullish, the only reason I was hesitant is because there was no like 15-minute closure. If this 15 closed bullish and then the 5-minute gave me a setup on this candle, I'd absolutely take it because I've got my high time frame breakout. But I've stopped trading the 5-minute unless I get a closure on the 15 or 30-minute. Otherwise, the 5-minute can just give you them false breakouts all the time. So although that 5-minute was nice, yeah, that wasn't really a high time frame closure. So I only start watching the 5-minute maybe once the 15 or 30 has confirmed what I want to see. But that was a lovely, lovely squeeze down on gold. So nice to see the levels getting hit. Yeah, see, for the shorts, I don't really have a liquidity level. It would just be more of a pullback trade. More of a pullback, maybe into some like hourly lows. You can kind of see here, you grab lows and pushed up. You still have these lows left on the currency chart. My liquidity lows on the currency chart would be around 93.5. 93.5 on the currency chart would be my liquidity lows for a pullback. If I just show you, it's kind of like a pretty perfect double bottom. These lows down here. So if you close back below here, potential for a 100-tick pullback. Just these lows here, look, these ones. But again, there's a fine, like I say to you guys, there's a fine line between trading what we see and what we think. Although I think price can come for a pullback today, that doesn't mean we start shorting for no reason. We want to see us at least close back below this resistance and then before going short. That would have been a lovely squeeze there, guys. First nice London squeeze that we've seen all week here. 1 minute. Oh, 1 minute scares me too much. I can't trade the 1 minute. I just find it's almost impossible for me to read 1 minute price action. I love to trade price action and candlestick formations. I find it impossible in the 1 minute. For the way I trade it, I find it almost impossible. I have a question. What significance does the closure of the candle has? I always thought it was just random, but I hear more and more coaches speak about it. For me, a closure confirms direction and it confirms volume. So candle closure here, like if we just ignore that previous, it's kind of hard to see, but if we ignore that previous 15, we look at this. In this range here, it's kind of hard to show, but I'll just pretend this candle's not here. If we look at these candles here, I kind of look at this and I go, okay, cool, here's my range. Here's my resistance, here's my support. No candle closure. You've tried to close above, you couldn't. You tried to close above, you couldn't. So a candle closure, once you do finally get it, which is the nicest trade here on gold. So for instance here, when this candle closed here, that would have been a lovely buy, a lovely, lovely buy there. Because the candle closure is volume and direction. It's the market showing you their cards. That's the way that I like to look at it. So if price hasn't closed above or below, then the markets don't really know where they want to go. Therefore, when you're trying to day trade, if you try and trade in these ranges before the higher time frames closed above, you can just find yourself just stuck in really bad trades all day. Whereas if you just wait for the candle to close above and then take your trade, you'll have a much easier time and you have a much better win rate, and the markets will have a much more confirmed move. So depending on how big the range is, if you're stuck in something like this, if I don't get a higher time frame closure, this to me is not worth the stress of trying to trade in this range. Because if you trade in this range, when the candles haven't closed above or below, and you get chopped up and go sideways, not only is it frustrating, but it's also incredibly mentally draining. And these are the times where people get stuck in here and they get frustrated, they go on tilt, and then they start dropping down to the 5 minute and try and take every single 5 minute breakout. And that's when they give back all of their gains. So for me, higher time frame hasn't closed above, it's a range, and I'll just wait for the candle. It's very rare that you close above and then just push. Typically gold will close above, give you a bottom wick, and then you'll push. There's rare chances where it does close above and just push. For the most part, you close above, you bottom wick, and then we take our buy. This here, not only is it very hard to know where price is going to break out, it's more importantly very, very mentally draining. I don't want to waste my mental capital for the day trying to trade something like this, when I'd rather just look to trade something like this once we do actually break out. So breakout is confirmation of volume and direction. If you get stuck in these ranges, like I say to you guys, these are the ranges where it's kind of hard to explain until you do it, but these are the ranges where if you get stuck in here, it is incredibly, incredibly mentally draining. And trading shouldn't be mentally draining. So just wait for higher time frame closures and make your life as a trader as easy as it can be. Yeah. Just like, 20. I want to trade, like, if I'm going to trade a range on gold, there's nothing wrong with trading a range, but I want to trade, minimum. Well, what's this? Is like, even here is like 40, 50, which is still good. There was no real good price action here either. Yeah, 100% true. Yeah, 100%. This is a very nice rejection here on gold, guys. Yep, absolutely, Sebastian. Yep, I've been back testing no lower than the 30 minute, found way more success, 100%. I don't know if it's just gold. I do see some people trading like the 1 minute on NQ. For gold, the best time frame to wait for candle closures is 30 minute and hourly. You wait for a 30 minute and hourly closure in your favor, you'll be surprised at how easy it can be to read once you actually just wait for that candle to close. And in times like this, if you were back testing the 30 minute right now, you'd just be skipping the candles along and waiting for more price action. You kind of have to treat it the same way. If you want to trade 30 minute closures, you have to be okay with walking away and waiting for the candle to actually close. Like right now on gold, you might say to yourself, okay, cool, I'm going to short on a closure below 30.50. Let me just walk away for the next 30 minutes and wait for it to actually close below. But I agree. If you guys ever do some back testing sessions, try back testing no lower than the 30 minute and see the results. I think you'll be very surprised. You might not get trades every single minute of every single day, but that's not the goal. I think a lot of people who try and trade the 1 minute are more so looking for like a dopamine fix, as opposed to doing what actually consistently works. Now, I'm not saying you can't trade the 1 minute, but for me trading gold, what consistently works the best is 30 minute and hourly candle closures and then taking my trade. Because otherwise, if you try and trade the 5 minute before the higher time frame's closed, the 5 minutes is a terrible time frame to trade if the higher time frame hasn't closed out. Yeah, definitely, man. Yep, I've seen that. Always get so much out of these streams, Aaron. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you, man. I appreciate you tuning in. So here we are. We're having a nice rejection here. So this could be a nice liquidity grab. You're failing to close above previous hourly highs. I would personally say still wait for a 30 minute closure. Just close below, nice and bearish, and then great. You confirm what we're thinking is correct, and then we take our trade from here to here. Way easier. Same as I think it was NQ. Yes, was it yesterday maybe? I think it was maybe yesterday on the. Again, here's a pretty good example. You wait for the candle to close, you break out, you confirm volume, and then you take your trade. Everyone's so obsessed with trying to predict the markets in here, and then they get frustrated when they get chopped up and they look back at the range and go, why was I trying to trade that? For me, I'm not trying to trade a range. I'm trying to trade, good direction. So I'll wait for the candle to close, and then I'll take my trade. Look, the markets have confirmed the breakout. They've confirmed volume. They've shown me where they want to go, and now I'll take the trade. I want to be in flow with the markets. I want to be letting the markets show me their cards, and then I just want to follow it. You know, we don't control the markets. We can't make NQ breakout. We can't make gold breakout. But what we can control is what we do. So close above and then take your trade. That's how you guys want to be looking to take good trades. So yeah, but as you guys give me 2 seconds. So yeah, with that being said, guys, lovely call there on gold to squeeze the highs. I will wrap up there, guys. We've been on for about an hour and a half. I do like the potential shorts here on gold, but I want to see a closure back below at least, I would say, 33.53 for a potential short. So if you guys did get the longs here, there was a nice squeeze there, and we'll be back again same time again tomorrow. So trade safe the rest of the day, guys. You do have news coming up later on, and then it's the NFP fund tomorrow as well. And remember, guys, D will be right after me about half an hour as well. So I'll see you guys back here again tomorrow. Hopefully you guys got some value, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.